Okay, students, now we're up to step 3 of our project here, or actually step 4. We're going to define our site's layout. How do we want our web page to look? So to help you in this effort, I supplied you with a website here, and if you click on it and go to that site, it'll look like this. There's CSS layouts. There's one column fixed width, and we're going to choose from 1 column or 2 column fixed width. We don't want to use 3 column, and we don't want liquid layout. We want to exactly define in pixels the width of our page. So here in 1 column fixed width, if you click on that and look at that, most of you are going to be using this page. If you want to use the other page, it's really for students that are willing to make their website look a little more realistic. If you click on the 2 column fixed layout, you'll notice there's a sidebar here, which means you'll have to start putting stuff in the sidebar, maybe fake advertisements, things of that nature, to make it look fuller and more complete. If you want to keep it simple, you'll go with the fixed column width layout, and you'll notice that looks like our first website we did, or our last one. So this website, like with many places in the web, you can share code, and here the developers put up the code for the home page of that site. So we could just copy this code right here, okay, from the beginning to the end. So Control C is a copy. You go back to Dreamweaver, we should have our index page. If you don't have it up, when you open your site, you double click down here in the site windows to bring it up, and you want to go into code view by clicking code, and right in between the opening and closing body tags, you want to paste all that code that we just got. Now you want to open up your style sheet, style 1, and right here, we should be here, and we want to get the code for the style sheet from that site. So let's go back to that website and scroll down a little more until you'll see CSS code, and we're going to do the same. We're going to copy the code in that window. So scroll down until the end of the footer squiggly here. Make sure you get all of it. Okay, I'm going to go back up because I let go of my mouse. Okay, I'm having a little trouble getting here on my screen. So again, make sure you copy all the code in the window and you don't miss a bracket. So I'm going to do this again. Okay, I got down to footer, Control C, copy, go to Dreamweaver and paste it at line 3 here in my style sheet, paste. So I'm going to hit Control S to save that. You can hit refresh here in the window. And by the way, if this window is not open, go to Windows CSS to see the CSS style window. You need that open. And then index, we're going to hit Control S to save also. If I go into design view, you're going to notice those changes didn't take effect. Why? Because we didn't link this index page to the style sheet. So let's click on code and let's go up here, and you'll notice here in the header area, all we have is title. And by the way, our home page, like with any page, you should always change the title. In this case, we're going to say home. Anytime you create your new pages, go up and change the title, and you'll see it in here. So we want to go over to our style window at the right, go down to the bottom where you see AZ and this chain link right here. You want to click on that to attach style sheet. We want to browse to that style 1 page right here and say OK, and OK again, and you'll see this code inserted right here, link href style 1 style sheet. Okay, that means now we've linked it to that page. I'm going to hit Control S again to save it, and when I click on design, notice how different the page looks now that it got its layout instructions from the style sheet. Okay, and another thing that you should look into, if you go to code, you'll notice there's something called meta tags at the top right here. And if you would do a search on W3 schools, type in meta tags, you'll get a little example here of how you can add meta tags in your page. And you can copy description and keywords right here. You can copy that, and you can go back into your index page and paste it right there over that meta tag. And you could describe your page. What's your website about? okay? Description here, you should fill in this part. My website is about such and such, that's your content. Keywords, if someone was to find your website and it was published to the web, what keywords might they Google? So put in all the possible keywords to help the search engine find your page. So this is something you do to optimize the searches so people find your website on the web. Okay, that's it for this lesson, and let's close.